Hey everybody, it's Jean and I'm back and want to welcome you to my channel. I'm getting ready to do my first page, with the Color Burst powders that I won in Crystal's giveaway from Art It Out. And this is the little book the journal that she sent along with it, full of really nice watercolor papers. Now I got out my brushes just because I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do. And these are ones that I found at a last chance giveaway or last chance thrift store and got them for practically nothing. And I haven't really even used them. I just discovered they were here in the house here in Ohio. So I was really tickled to find those. So anyway, I picked a brush that that I've already used because I hate to use new things. I mean, I love new things, but if I have a choice of a good used one and a brand new one, I'll pick the good used one and use it up first. So I remembered as I was getting ready to do this that what I really need is a spray bottle, and I knew I had one, so I asked my son where the spray bottle was that I left here, and he had used it for something else. So I didn't have a spray bottle, but I was going to go ahead. I was ready to do this video today because I didn't want to wait even one more day to play with these color burst powders. So what you do is you sprinkle the powder on the page, and then you spray the page with water and let all the colors run together. And so I just splashed water on the page. And I kind of love how that made a little heart at the very top, if you can see that. And, but I maybe should have wet the page a little bit more. Looking back on it in hindsight, they didn't run as nicely as I had thought, or as they didn't really cover the page as fully as I thought it would. But as you can see, I'm tilting and playing around and trying to do the best I can with that, and I decide two colors are not enough. So I'm going to put the blue with the yellow, and of course it made green, and then the green ran into the red, which makes brown. And so I'm on my way to learning a lot about playing with these with these splatters. So I'm just I'm in it to win it, and I'm going full tilt anyway. And I didn't use this as my very first page. I think I scrolled over, flipped over a couple pages. So it's not the first thing you see when you open the book. But I'm having a good time with this. As you can see, there's a lot of colors, a lot of play, and but it's just not covering as much as I want it to, but I don't want to start swiping water all over. So I do the next best thing, and I take it and splatter, and put my color that way. So anyway, here we are. We've got some extra color in the pages, but I'm still liking how it looks. Even though it's not covering the page with color, I do like how it looks. Remembering this is just a background. This is just a background for what I'm going to do. So I've cut out some pieces that I thought I would play with once I got the background on it and dried. So we'll kind of see how the colors mix and play together. I can see too, if you notice, on the one side it kind of bled over into the next page. I mopped it up so it didn't bleed through, but now I would know to take like painter's tape and tape off the other side. If I'm not going to do the whole 2-page spread, tape off the area that I don't want the paint to spread. So that's just a little thing that I've learned, and I can also see that I really need to put papers in between the pages because it does splatter and it does kind of run down. So I let it dry, and then this is what I have here. The colors aren't as vivid as when they're wet, and that makes a big difference. You can see that the solid colors, like the plain blue, the plain red, the little yellow, is pretty vivid on its own, but when it's mixed with other colors, they're a little more muted, and they soften quite a bit. So that's one thing that that I want to remember, that to maybe not blend them quite so much, which is kind of nice because they do give you the blended colors. Excuse me. I have red, yellow, and blue, then orange, green, and purple. So there's plenty to blend with. But what I decided to do is make somewhat kind of a travel page with this background. And I only had one wing, so I'm tucking this little lady here, my travel fairy, underneath and behind the suitcases so that the other wing is hidden. And I'm going to tuck in one wing there for her. And she's going to be my little travel fairy. And I'm really liking her. Yeah. And it's all about flight. It's all about being out there and going places, and a travel fairy, of course, has wings. Now, I found these, and those are really pretty colors. They're very vivid, and I think it all shows up a little bit better in real life. Excuse me. I think it shows up better in real life than it does on my video for some reason. I did open the drapes. Well, they're not drapes, they're shades. I opened the shades to allow more light in than I had when I was first painting. And I didn't notice exactly when I did that, but anyway, the colors are really pretty, and the page is really nice. Not sure why I keep wearing that. My watch, it's kind of a clunky looking watch, and I'm always wearing it in these videos. So I thought about just writing it in ink, the sentiment, but I had this one, and I liked the red, and I liked the font, and I can't quite write in that font. So I went ahead, and then it boiled down to I covered up that nice splash of orange there, because if I made it up too high, it was too close to the other word, and if I put it down any lower, then it didn't look like it was part of the phrase. So I decided, well, there's more than one way to skin a cat, and so I'll just add some more orange. And I sprinkled a little more powder, and made lemonade from the lemon. So, but as always, you kind of get into a mode, and I did a little bit more in here that I wanted to. And I squeezed the powder and got a lot of color. I don't really want to waste it. These are really small vials of powder, but a little bit goes a long way. So I have a feeling that I will not need to worry about using them up too quickly. But again, now I'm going to play around and jiggle that down. I still haven't learned that if I get the page wetter than I did originally. But I've learned it since by watching this video and doing a little editing. Things seem a little more clear to me than when I'm actually working in it. So I added a little more purple. Well, that blue and red made that purple, but it wasn't real vivid, so I thought, well, I'll put the purple powder on it and see if that doesn't work better. And you'll see when I show you my close-up that it does. But I sure had fun playing with these. I'm going to really, really love this journal. And I love watercolor anyway, and to have this whole journal just full of watercolor paper is such a treasure to me. You're going to be seeing a lot in this book, I think, and I'm just really happy with it. I just can't wait to get to go on to do the next one because actually sprinkling those powders was really, really fun. And I already am thinking of some new ways to do it. Now, I took a fine point pen just to kind of outline my sentiment, but it wasn't really showing up enough. So I took another pen, which I thought was black, but it wasn't. It was gray. And it didn't show up enough for me. So I just thought, oh, foo with that. I'll get another one. Find my black one. And now you're going to see some good outlining here and how this just makes it all pop for me. So I was happier with it, with the black around it. And especially because that little A is such a spidery font that it's hard to tell it's an A. But a wish comes true. And the reason I chose that is because anytime I make travel plans, it's a wish come true. So, and one of my dreams, and one of the things I'm hoping to do even this year, is to take a ride in a hot air balloon. However, I'm not carrying all that luggage. And when I travel, I don't carry all that much luggage. I'm a light traveler. I would rather rinse out and hang up to dry overnight than carry extra clothing. So the stack of suitcases is not really how I travel. I travel with one suitcase and maybe a shoulder bag. Not a suitcase shoulder bag, but just a purse shoulder bag. But anyway, I'm still outlining, having a good time with that, and enjoying this page, and thinking this maybe could be my mini moment of happiness page for the Facebook group Art It Out, because every Monday we do just a short, a quick page of about something that makes us happy. And traveling certainly does make me happy. So anyway, then I decided to add the clock. Now, you probably are wondering, a clock? Why would you add a clock? Well, the clock is there to remind me that time flies. And if I want to do something, I need to do it now and don't put it off. And to go when I can, because the clock is ticking away when you're in your senior years. So you don't want to put off anything. Now see how much prettier the colors are in the close-up. That's really what you see. It just didn't translate really well. But I did want to show you how pretty it all looked. Thanks for watching.